Hello, library friends. I'm Miss Nancy, and I'm so glad that you're joining me again today. Today, we are going to be doing an experiment, which is a test to find something out. Today, we are going to find out if certain things sink or if they float. Adults, this is a fun way to practice observing and critical thinking skills and exploring STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math with your preschoolers. Remember, it's okay to not have all the answers. The important thing is to be curious and explore together. Today, we have some different types of items to see if things will sink, which means they go below the surface of the water, or if they will float, which means they'll stay above the surface of the water. We are going to try to experiment, which is trying things out, and make a hypothesis. How many of you know what a hypothesis is? A hypothesis is a guess about what will happen. So we're going to see which of these things will sink or float. Now, some things sink or float because of how much they weigh, but it doesn't always mean that heavy items will float. Think about the big ships that you see that are very heavy. They float. So I have two little oranges called cuties. You may have had these for snacks, and they're yummy. I love having these. We're going to experiment with them. So, what do you think? Will this orange with the skin on it sink or float? Should we see what happens? Let's watch. Oh, look, it's bobbing. It floats. Why do you think it floats? Remember what floating is? So, just the top of it is over the surface of the water. So, why do you think it floats? So, the peel has tiny pockets of air in it, which help the orange float like your pool floaties. You know, the ones that you put on your arms and they help you float? It helps the orange float. What do you think will happen when I put the unpeeled one in the water? Okay, here it goes. Look what's happening. Oh, looks like it's floating. We wait a minute, or if we turn it over, oh, there it goes. What just happened to it? I touched it, and did you see what happened? Look, it's down here at the bottom. Yes, it sank. So the one without the peel will sink. Why do you think that is? Yes, it no longer has its peel to help it float, like this one. See, this one's just kind of bobbing, and if I push it down like I did the other one, what happens? Yes, it comes back up. So what's that called again? When this one with the peel comes back up? Yes, that's floating. And what about the one at the bottom? What do we call that? Yes, that orange sank. Or we can say, the orange without the peel will sink. We are going to see if other things will float. How about this spoon? Do you think this will sink or float? What if I lay it flat on the surface? Do you think it will float? Let's see. Oh, it did sink, you're right. But it ended up right where it got smaller, so it didn't go all the way to the bottom. Let's see if I put it straight in. Will it sink or float? Oh, yep, it sank. How about, oh, look what I have here. How about a feather? What do you think? Will this sink or float? Let's take it and put it right on top. Look, it's floating. I have two little toys here. Who do you think will sink and float? What do you think? I think Rubber Ducky will float. What do you think? Let's see. Oh, he is floating. What about this little guy? I don't know. Let's see, he's bendy, he's kind of thin. He feels pretty light. Should we see if he floats? Let me take out the feather. We'll take out our little orange here. And then we'll put him in and see if he sinks or floats. What happened? Did he sink? He did. All right, let's take him out again. What if we put him in flat? What do you think? Will he sink or float? Let's see. Oh, he still sank. All right, I have one other thing. What about an empty plastic yogurt cup? Do you think this will sink or float? Look, that's floating on top of the water. What do you think will happen when I fill it with water? Should we see? All right, I'm gonna put it on top of the water. Oh, look, it sank. All right, so that was fun, and you can do this at home too. You could do this in a bath. Just don't put your food in your bathtub. So I have another experiment here. I made 2 boats out of tin foil. You know what tin foil is? What do you think will happen once I start putting pennies in them? Should we see if they float first? Okay, they're just little squares, little boats. Oh, look at that. They are floating on top of the water. I have a couple of pennies here. Should we see what happens when we put pennies in the boat? Do you want to try to count them and see how many I can put in each boat before they sink? So I think I'm going to try to pile some pennies up in this boat here, and then I'm going to spread out the pennies in this boat here. Let's see what happens. And we can count together. There's 1 and 2. Okay, I'm spreading that out here. And 3. I'm putting the same amount in each one. 4, 5. Oh, we might be here a while. 39. 40. Oh, it sank at 40 pennies. Look at that one. And this one, we'll put our 40 penny in there. That one's still floating. Why do you think that's floating? Yes, it's because the pennies are spread out more. So it has the same amount in them. It weighs the same, but the surface is different. The weight is spread out. Now it's your turn. Try to make a boat at home out of tin foil or clay or another material and see if it will sink or float. Until next time, have fun experimenting. Bye.